Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to walk through our buildability filters, and this is an AI filter that we get from our slope reports. So if you haven't watched our slope report videos or used the slope report tools, make sure to do that, because what we do with the slope reports, we circle areas on the land that are buildable. That is what the slope report's for, is to figure out how much of the land is what we call quote unquote buildable. And buildability we're classifying in terms of consistent flat areas. And that's what the AI does. It circles the area of what it thinks is buildable. Obviously, there's things that come into play, like wetlands, things you got to look at as well. But this is in terms of the lay of the land. So to use these filters, I'm going to use an example here in Brown County, Ohio, and I'm going to go 2 to 10 acres. Let's just generate these results to see what we're working with. We have 1,763 total results here without using any other filters besides vacant lots, 2 to 10 acres, and nothing else. So the two that we're going to focus on are down here today. We have buildability total percentage and buildability area in acres. So what buildability total percentage is, it's the total amount, the total percentage of land you want buildable. So that's like taking the flat areas we talked about and dividing that by the total area of land. So for example, if we had a total of 2 acres that are buildable on our property, that's 10 acres, that will be 20% buildable, right? So with buildability total percentage, it's the minimum percentage you want on your land to be buildable. So that was 20%, for example, if 2 out of 10 acres is buildable. For the buildability area in acres, it's a little bit different. That's the minimum, that's the number, that's the acres you want, the size that you want flat. So maybe you have 5 to 50 acres you're sending, marketing to. Maybe you want at least 2 of it to be buildable, 2 acres, and you're good with that. So you can use that as well. I personally use this buildability total percentage more because that's consistent no matter what the size is. The area obviously isn't consistent with the size. It's just a flat number you want, the minimum. So let's say I want a minimum of 15% of the total land to be flat. So for example, if let's say we have 20 acres and we want 15%, that will be 3 acres at least. But the nice thing about this percentage is, now let's just say if we have 5 acres and we want at least 15%, that will be about 0.75 of an acre. So it scales when you add that to your list. So let's hit apply here. Like I said, this is a fairly sloped area. That got rid of almost 500 results. So you just removed 500 bad pieces of land just by this filter. And then what you can do here is you can click list view, and you'll dive down into all of these different pieces of land, and you can look at them, and you'll only have really good land on your list now. You're not going to have these super sloped areas. This is in Brown County, Ohio. So a lot of these areas in south of Brown, you'll notice our markers aren't down here. And this map area is because that is a very sloped area. You can see the mountain ranges there, or the hills, whatever you call them. But all of them are up here, keeping it nice. Now, if I moved, maybe, let's just take that away completely and go back to our 1,700 results. And I'm going to show you what the markers look like here now. So when I show these back on a map, look at all these properties you're getting in these mountains. These are going to be bad properties that aren't buildable. So you are able to remove these now with that percentage. I know the number one question we're going to get is, what percentage do I use? It's really preference on where you are. Start with 10, 15, 20%, somewhere around there. You don't want to go too high and only get very flat land unless that's your business model. So it really depends on the area and your preferences. So you can see exactly where this is pulled from. If you click the AI slope report, you'll be able to see the clusters. But the easier way to do this is if you click this show buildability profile. It's going to circle the land of what it thinks is buildable. And then this is what it takes the percentage based off of, right? So it's going to take the total percentage of this circle divided by the total land. And this is just one example. Usually there's 3 or 4 clusters, but this found a very big space here. And this is what it's based off of, our AI circling this on the map. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next one. Thanks for joining.